Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Hiya, boys and girls, and welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast. My name is Matt, one of your two hosts. And with me, as always, trying to survive without knowing what the sun looks like anymore, Mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
I don't think they're going to respond.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's kind of a rhetorical, I feel like everyone is having a great time with this new... Matt, now, this is a question. Is this the second wave of the virus, or is this just the first wave getting bigger?
I think it's just the new normal.
Oh, the new normal. Okay. At first, I was going to say, is this a red wave? And then I was like, no politics. All right, we're done.
Red wave. Yeah, no. All right, we're out. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Catch us next week. No. All right, so Mysterious Mike Talent. Today is episode 177. Let me take a deep breath. Eurovision Song Contest, the Story of Fire Saga.
Ooh, that was good.
That is a freaking long title. So, Mike, this was my pick. This is Will Ferrell's latest flick, direct to Netflix. Came out of nowhere. I didn't even know it was coming out. Mike, like always, I like you to go first. First impressions on Eurovision.
I liked it a lot, probably for some weird reasons, but I definitely liked it.
Well, I thought it was okay. I don't know if it was great, but did I enjoy it? Yes. It was funny. It was slapsticky. It was more of the classic Will Ferrell. It's still not quite to the level that he was with things like Old School or Talladega Nights, two of my favorite Will Ferrell flicks. It's not quite at that level, but it's definitely not one of his worst movies. I'd say it's a middle of the road Will Ferrell movie.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I liked it for some strange reasons that I'll tell you about a little bit later, but yeah.
Well, all right, Mike, while we're doing that, how about this? Why don't you give us the rundown for Eurovision?
All right, Matt, sure. Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, was directed by David Dopkin. Its writers are Will Ferrell and Andrew Steele. It's starring Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams, Dan Stevens, Mikael Persbrandt, Pierce Brosnan, and Olafur Olafsson. I think I did that right. I don't know. And then, so this movie is when aspiring musicians Lars and Sigrid are given the opportunity to represent their country at the world's biggest song competition. They finally have a chance to prove that any dream worth having is a dream worth fighting for.
So I think to get back on my first impression, since I jumped over doing the rundown. I mean, dude, I'm tired. I'm real tired. I honestly, if I got 3 hours of sleep, I'd be shocked. But I think I would enjoy it more if I knew more about the real Eurovision, and I really don't. I'm an American, like a lot of us, and we don't pay attention to stuff that's outside our borders, I guess. I don't know. I mean, do we even get Eurovision on TV here in the States?
I don't know. I heard about it when I was in Europe, and I got the rundown from some Europeans, and it sounded kind of ridiculous. And watching this movie, I was like, oh, that's exactly what they explained it as.
Well, I have to say it was interesting. The songs were unique. It's what do you think of them doing Iceland? Because I know you've been there fairly recently.
I was stoked. In a kind of a weird way, this movie is great advertising for Iceland. It's very pretty. Some of the things in the movie are a little bit fantastical, but I'd say for the most part, they nailed what Iceland looks like. Just some of the random whales jumping out of the water isn't normal, I don't think.
Well, and look how close they were to the shore too. That was pretty ridiculous.
And there's no splash.
Two of them too. Yeah, it was like there's like 20 feet of water there, and there's like a 20-foot like high whale jumping out of it. But fine, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah. It looked like some blue whales or something giant. But no, it was awesome seeing that, because it's neat to see Iceland represented a little bit in there, and it's fun kind of seeing the countryside again, because this was filmed partly in Iceland, so that's neat.
So when you were over there, Mike, did you get to sing Ya Ya Ding Dong?
No, and I'm not sure. I'm fairly confident that maybe that was some song that the Icelandic people like, but no, I did not sing that. It could just been a joke in the movie, because it's like it fit in pretty well by like the, anyway, it's kind of the long running joke, the long game joke.
Dude, that song is so freaking catchy. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I can't tell you any of the words to any of the other songs, but Ya Ya Ding Dong, I can almost sing that for you word for word, because that song was just absolutely just, yeah. But I believe it. I mean, every country except for America has good old fashioned drinking songs, and that to me definitely is a drinking song. When you're sitting there stumbling and falling all over the place, it just gets so ingrained in your head, you'll never forget the lyrics.
Yeah. No, it was it was funny. That was a good funny part in the movie.
Well, Mike, speaking of drinking.
Yes. I think I have a little question. So for you, Matt, I see you have a pint of something. What are you drinking?
Well, Mike, thanks for asking. One of the reasons why I'm so exhausted is because I was down in Phoenix yesterday, and I went to a place I haven't been for a little while, my favorite brewery on the planet to date, Four Peaks. And Four Peaks in Tempe has we are now no longer allowed to have restaurants open anymore, so they were completely shut down, but you could go and pick stuff up. So I got quite a bit of beer. I got a couple growlers, and I got some canned beer that I was only going to think I was going to be able to get at baseball season, and I will be sharing some of those later down the road. But this one is their oatmeal stout. It's the Four Peaks, let me get like the official everything. Four Peaks Oatmeal Stout, English style oatmeal stout. The dark chocolatey roastness of this English style stout starts on the bitter side, but is tamed by an infusion of nitrogen, which is also responsible for the cascading bubbles and velvety mouth feel that make authentic stouts so revered. Whew.
Oh, wow. Man, what a description. That's a good one, Matt.
So it's from their website. They hired someone to do that one. So their stout, they do not sell it in bottles or cans or anything like that. The only way to get it is by going to the tap room or the brewery and getting a growler, because the nitrogen, it's something with the nitrogen when they brew it with the nitrogen or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. I mean, come on, Guinness does it, but
they have the little thing. They have the little thing inside of it. It's hard to get nitrogen in like cans and stuff. So like, there's only a few nitro brews out there. I think Left Hand has their milk stout, and that is a nitrogen. But yeah, there's not a lot of nitrogen beers out there.
Right. And that's what they were saying. That's why I can't get it locally. So I got that. And then I got another one, which I'm probably going to drink before I'm able to talk about it on a podcast, because it was a small one. But they did a special brew with 100 other breweries. It's called Black is Beautiful, and it's a fundraiser. And it is an imperial stout, and legally they can only sell it in a 32-ounce growler because how strong it is.
Nice.
Dude, I drank some last night, and it is wicked. It is very strong. It is aged in bourbon, cherry wood barrels, and you can taste the cherry and you can taste the bourbon in this stout that they made with 100 other breweries, and it has all kinds of hops in it. It's much like when they did the special brew for the Yarnell 19, where they used 19 different hops and grains and stuff. Well, they used a whole bunch of different hops and grains in this one. And I mean, it is one of the craziest, darkest beers I've ever had in my life.
Nice, dude. Nice. I always love those bourbon barrel aged anything. It tends to be stouts because it adds to the flavor quite nicely. But man, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know if any breweries over in your area did it. Again, it was 100. I don't know if it's just Arizona or just Southwest or whatever, but it's called Black is Beautiful, and it's a fundraiser.
I'll have to check it out.
So, Mike, what are you drinking? I could talk about Four Peaks all freaking day long, and I need to stop. So, your turn.
Matt, I am drinking a beer. It's from a brewery called Terrapin, which is out of Athens, Georgia, and it's Cryosphere. It's one of their new IPAs, and it is wonderful. Let me see if I have a description. Cryosphere IPA packs in huge amounts of hop flavor and aroma while minimizing bitterness. We achieve this by using state-of-the-art hop product called cryo hops. In both the brewing and the dry hopping of this beer, by highlighting the unique cryogenic process, we expose the best attributes of what these hops have to offer.
Nice. Now, is it cryo hop because it's a weed beer again?
No, I hope not. No. That was another one from Georgia, but that was that is Sweetwater Brewery. This one is from Athens, and Sweetwater's out of Atlanta, I think, or just outside of Atlanta. But anyway, Matt, speaking of breweries and things, so you're allowed to take stuff to go. You brought some growlers, or you bought them there. Do they have growlers? Yes. Do they serve? Have you seen these? They're like cans that they fill on site at the tap, and then they seal them right there. It's called growlers. It's like a can growler. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that here at Four Peaks, sir. No, I did not.
Oh man, that's cool too, because a lot of times you can get those beers that are on tap just once in a while, and you can just throw them in a growler. One of the local breweries in my area, they do 32 ounce growlers, so it's kind of cool, a couple beers, and then one of them just does 16 ounce, and then of course we got our growlers and stuff. So I have a couple 64 ounces and a couple 32 ounce growlers, so got it all covered.
Oh yeah, dude, you got to have a good growler lying around somewhere, definitely. And I've not as many as you. I have a handful, but I do have some. So, not to keep going about the brewery thing, but Mike, we're both very passionate about beer. I know you've
beer
been
and movies.
And movies. Beer and movies. That we should have changed the name. Not Real Film Nerds. We could just call it Beer Film Nerds. But Mike's shaking his head. Maybe. Hey, that sounds better. Not to keep talking about breweries, but they are nice and they are fun, and especially when you can go and have a good brew and a nice bratwurst or a sandwich or something. Dude, those were the days. God, terrible. We have to reminisce about eating in public. But
those were the days.
Those were the days 3 months ago.
Yeah, back when I could see people and eat in public. Oh man.
When the only reason you would cover your nose and mouth is if someone farted and it smelled really bad.
That's true.
Or if you're polite, if you sneezed. But I mean, we're not polite. Come on. We're film nerds. But
yeah, that's true.
Mike, you've been to breweries across the country and the globe. I am sure you probably went to a handful when you were overseas on vacations and things. Do you have a favorite brewery?
Oh man, that's a great question. I don't know. Every brewery offers different things, and I think that's kind of the reason I like all breweries. Some, they have live music. Like, there's one that I went to that has kind of like this, like, inside of their, like, warehousey part where they have all their equipment to brew. they also have like a space that's just open, probably for expansion later on. But for now, they're using it for like, they have like performances and stuff. And that's fun, I've been all over. I've been to California and Chicago and all these different breweries, and they all offer different fun things. So it's like Stone has all this cool like visual like gargoyle stuff. So that's like just neat to look at. They just have all kinds of kind of like artwork and stuff. And then there was one in Tampa that I went to that has like just cool like murals on the wall and stuff. I don't know, man. They're few and far between. So I can't say with confidence that I have a specific favorite brewery.
Well, for me, it's because Four Peaks, I mean, that was like the first like real microbrewery I went to, and they came along when microbreweries were not really big at all. I mean, I spent a lot of money there when I was in college, and a lot of it at Four Peaks is the memories of going there after putting the newspaper to bed on a Thursday night, getting the discounted pitchers of Kilt Lifter with 15 or 20 of us from the newsroom, and just, I don't want to say getting tanked, but feeling good on a Thursday night. That was a regular weekly ritual, was going to the Four Peaks 8th Street brewery. Loved it. So it's probably a level of that and being in Arizona in my hometown. But I mean, I haven't been to a bunch like you across the country, but I've been to a lot in Arizona, a handful in California and New Mexico. And I think I've been to one or two in Texas, and
Nice.
I like you. I like going to all of them, but Four Peaks is, I just have so much history there. It's my go-to brewery, and I love Kilt Lifter. Even if I had never been to Four Peaks and I drank Kilt Lifter, it's such a good beer. Oh, so good.
Well, that's awesome, man. No, that's good. I mean, I love the fact that every brewery is different. They're always bringing different things. They all have their own either theming or just feel and style, and I like that. No brewery is the same.
And the beers are always different. I mean, yeah, everyone has a stout and everyone has this and everyone has that, but almost every brewery has something that's a little bit different than everyone else. They'll have like one brew that's like you wouldn't find typically anywhere else for the most part. So, all right, well, I'm going to stop talking about breweries because this is a movie podcast, not a brewery podcast.
It's true.
So for that, Mike, let's go ahead and get into it so we can spoil the film. It's my turn for my question, the most important question of the Real Film Nerds podcast. Mike, hold on. I got to take a deep breath again. How does Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh, Matt, that's a wonderful question. And, I was getting a little worried. This is a modern movie. This just came out on Netflix this last week. But it seems like since it was a European movie, a lot of the people that worked on this movie work on European films. And turns out a lot of the MCU movies aren't really filmed in Europe. But I did find somebody who related to it. The costume designer on this movie, Anna B. Shepard, also worked on Captain America: The First Avenger.
Nice, man. Nice. Dude, seriously, it amazes me how easily, well, not easy, I'm sure it takes you a while to find these people, but how we are able to find it every single week. I mean, honestly, you haven't missed one in a while. You haven't come to the conclusion where like, dude, I can't find anything. You've just been rolling.
No. I think one of my favorite ones that I found was how it related to Jaws.
Yeah, that was like one of the most impressive ones, because that movie, I mean, I don't even know if what's his face? Again, no sleep.
Spielberg?
I can't think of J.J. Abrams. I don't even know if like J.J. Abrams or anyone else that has done all this stuff for Star Wars and MCU and all these other things were even like conceived when like Jaws came out, and you found some dude that related to it.
I did, dude.
All these big names today, that are involved. It's amazing. Anyways.
Oh, Matt. So this is a little bit jumping off topic, but I'll try and make it quick.
I'm real good at that. You're allowed to, Mike. You're allowed.
I just wanted to have a shout out for our good friend Vinny Gerasi. I think he listens to the podcast, but he rented a movie theater in our area, and we ended up getting to watch a movie, but it's an old movie. Before they started locking down everything again, and I got to go to the theater again, man. It was wonderful.
Was it magical?
We watched. We had a private showing for 20 people for Jurassic Park, and it was awesome.
Nice. Well, that's not off topic, Mike, because I will bring this up as well. The movie theaters here in Prescott, well, one of them, Harkins, has been shut down this whole time. Harkins, that's their corporate stance. That's the family stance. They don't want anyone to get sick until they can figure all this out. Harkins has been shut down. Picture Show opened up for the first time since all this got shut down on June 26th, which was last Friday. And immediately everything got shut down again yesterday. Was it Monday or was it Tuesday? I think the governor announced it on Monday, and everything went into effect on Tuesday. Doesn't matter. Anyways, they literally just opened up and shut down.
So they had one weekend.
Yeah, and they did it. I was like, well, what are they going to show? Well, they did much like what your buddy Vinny did. They did classic. They said they were going to do classic films. So older, like Matrix, Jurassic Park, big, huge blockbusters from 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, man. So that was a very neat experience. Got to eat some movie theater popcorn. Got to have the reclining chairs that I love so much. It was totally a neat experience, and it was a lot of fun.
Did you social distance, Mike?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Was it just you and Mags, or did you bring Flinity?
Oh, no, we did not bring our son. He was being watched by the grandparents. So it was a nice vacation.
Nice. Wow. The first time away from him, like since his birth.
Yes.
All right, Mike. Well, let's roll into it. From here on out, peeps, if you know us, our format, we are now going to spoil the film we watched. So, Eurovision. Mike, what scenes did you really enjoy?
So, kind of coming straight out the gate on this one, Matt, I loved all the Iceland filming. I've kind of already talked about that a little bit, but I love seeing Iceland again. It is a extremely beautiful country. If anyone gets a chance to visit, it is amazing. It's cold, but it's still just breathtaking. And they showed some of that, even some of the kind of opening scene with like kind of the dream sequence or fantasy sequence.
Yeah, the fantasy music video.
Yeah, that's like totally like awesome Iceland. Like I was like, yeah, this is cool. I mean, this video thing's kind of weird, but the background's awesome.
The landscape's pretty.
And it was on a trip to Iceland that we found out about the Eurovision contest, and they we kind of went on this tour for like a guided tour, and we were with a bunch of other Europeans, and they told us about it, and they said it was just this ridiculous show that everybody knows is terrible, but they all just love watching it. And it's just, it's like, it seems like everybody's guilty pleasure to watch this kind of people just be ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I guess like we have America's Top Talent and Dancing, well, not Dancing with the Stars. What is The
Voice.
One of those others? The Voice, and
American
there's that
Idol.
Newest one. What's the newest one? The Masked Singer or something?
Yeah, The Masked Singer, dude. Stacy has had me watch The Masked Singer. After a while, it starts growing on you because you try and figure out who the hell the people are, and it really starts getting like kind of fun. And I've watched like 2 seasons of The Masked Singer. Now I'm behind on what's, airing or what just finished airing, but it's addictive. It's kind of like crack because they've gotten some of the weirdest people to come on and sing, and you would never think that they're that good or that they're that bad. I mean, some of them are really bad. So yeah, it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of what it is for Europe, and then everyone votes on everyone else, so that's kind of an interesting format. Like you can't vote for your own country, and so that's an interesting format to kind of see play out. So that was fun to watch. This is kind of like a goofy kind of slapsticky movie, but I liked it. It was fun. I like Rachel McAdams, and Will Ferrell is he at times can be a little much, but this one he wasn't super Will Ferrell, if that makes sense, because there's some times when he's just like a little too intense. I don't know.
Yeah, he's really over the top. He can really go over the top of some of his hardcore slapsticky characters that he's come up with. All right, Mike, do you want to know a problem that I had with this film?
Yes, I absolutely do.
All right, now if you listen to me on the radio, you will already know the answer to this, but there was a scene where they specifically went after Arizona with the Americans wearing ASU and U of A sweaters and T-shirts. Did you notice that?
Oh, no, I didn't notice that, man. But I didn't really. Okay, I just missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's cool. The whole scene where they're making fun of Americans, Will Ferrell's like, you stupid Americans, go find a Starbucks, and all that stuff.
Yeah. We don't want you here.
And then
really,
they're like,
we don't.
They're like, where's the Starbucks? He's like, everywhere. It's so true. Anyways, the 2 guys are wearing Arizona State shirts. The 2 girls are wearing U of A shirts/sweaters. And I pointed out on the radio to Lisa, who is also a Sun Devil, but has brought a wildcat into this world.
Oh no!
Yeah,
like there's no way that these people would be talking to each other, right?
That's the thing. If they're like before college or after college, fine. You can date a Sun Devil or a lumberjack or whatever, no problems. But when you're in school, dating someone from the other college that's heresy. That's you get burned at the stake for stuff like that.
Wow.
And so that was the biggest problem I had, is that they're both, not one but 2, are dating. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, Will, you dropped the ball.
I love the ridiculous costumes and stuff, and it's like, where's this stuff coming from? And it's just like random like colors and the hamster wheel was ridiculous, and I loved it.
That was probably my favorite parts, were the productions, like when they're actually like singing and all the stuff that's going on, and how over the top like all the productions are. They're just absolutely ridiculous. It was so much fun. Really enjoyed those parts.
Yeah, it was that stuff, and like I didn't know Pierce Brosnan was in this, but he's not really in it that much, but he does have kind of an interesting character where he just pretty much doesn't like his son like at all.
Well, and on top of it, he's the village bicycle.
Oh yes, everybody gets a ride.
Yeah, and
Oh, the sister joke. Like, the joke that is this your sister? I don't think so.
Yeah, we don't think so. But they didn't know because how much his dad got around. And then you come to find out at the end, they roll back on this. You find out at the end that the reason why he was so obsessed with Sigrid's mom for so long is because she's the only one that ever told him no.
Yeah. No, it's just funny. Yeah, we're pretty sure she's not.
That literally was a running gag for almost the entire movie. Almost the whole thing. Like, everybody kept asking. And they did it on purpose, man. Their hair looks almost identical. The color of their hair is the same. It's curled the same. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I don't know, Matt. I just I enjoyed having another kind of lighthearted, kind of fun movie to watch again. Like our last movie, I'm blanking on it real quick. Was funny.
Quick, Mike,
and
to the internets.
Yeah.
Episode 176, Tributary, The Lovebirds.
Yeah, Lovebirds. It was a lot of comedy in that, and then this was this one's a little bit more slapsticky and ridiculous, but I thought it was kind of fun, and we could use a little bit of fun right now since everything's getting terrible again, and you can't go eat in public. It's terrible, Matt.
Dude,
you have no public.
It's ruthless, man. It's ruthless, and there's nothing wrong with a good Will Ferrell movie, and this is a good Will Ferrell movie. Average. It's there's nothing wrong with slapstick. We need the levity right now, and I think there's a reason why this has been number one all week on Netflix, because people need this. People need more of this, and especially being new. A lot of the people I talk to, friends and family and things, are turning to comedy right now. Not so much Will Ferrell movies, but I'm like, go watch Step Brothers. Go watch Talladega Nights. Yeah, you've probably seen it 100 times by now. 101 won't hurt. If it makes you feel a little bit better that day, or even for 5 minutes, go do it. Screw it. Why not? Man.
Step Brothers, such a good movie.
Oh, dude, Step Brothers is incredible. Incredible. Love that movie.
It's a Catalina fucking wine mixer.
Oh, I love when he's trying to bury Will Ferrell, and he's, but I'm not dead. So good. Or when they build the bunk beds.
Oh yeah, and then just crushes him.
Yeah, and he's like, he runs in. He's like, Dad, I screwed up real bad. I've done stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, Mom, I screwed up real bad. And you're like trying to like mouth how bad he screwed up, and it's like hard to get it out. Like someone's really hurt, or you really cost them some money, Anyways, all right, Mike, let's do it. Let's get it out there. I think I went first last week, so I'll go with Mike. How many reels do you give Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga?
I'm going to give this one 3.5 reels because I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was different. It was something I needed to see.
Well, Mike, we don't agree again.
Yes,
I am the dick. I give it 2.5 reels.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's fine, man. We can disagree.
I thought it was average. It's not his worst. It's not his worst. It's not his best. It's right in the middle. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I recommend people, especially right now, go check it out. Won't hurt, especially if you have Netflix. Hell, even if you don't have Netflix, you can do the 30-day trial.
Yeah. Or someone knows somebody who has it. It's kind of like there's always somebody who's in an MCU movie. It's the 7 degrees of Netflix.
Right.
It's probably really only 1 degree. You only have to ask one person.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have it, go ask your brother. If you don't have a brother, go ask your sister. If you don't have a sister, ask your boss.
Yeah.
If you don't,
somebody.
Yeah, you don't have a boss, ask the protester next to you.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah. If you can't eat outside, ask your Uber Eats driver.
There you go. Yeah, your Uber Eats delivery man. Yep.
I'm sure they'll let you borrow it. Who cares? It's the pandemic. Just remember, you got to start off things with, since we can't do anything, it'd be great if you would let me use your Netflix account.
Right.
Something like that. You got to guilt them into it.
So I have to socially distance. Can I socially distance by watching your Netflix account, please?
Yeah.
It's for the greater good.
Yeah. And you can tell them we don't have to chill or anything.
That'd be kind of awkward. Your Uber Eats guy shows up. He's like, "Yeah, can I get your Netflix password?" It's cool. We don't need to Netflix and chill. Just give me your password. I'll give you a big tip. No, that's not going with the Netflix and chill.
It's not that kind of tip.
All right, Mike. Well, next week it is your choice because I picked Eurovision. What movie are we going to be talking about, bud?
All right, Matt. It's going to be a little bit more serious movie, but I didn't want to do a Netflix movie every week, which we clearly could do. Netflix is cranking out the content. I know their content's going to slow down here pretty soon because everything that was in production stopped a little while back, but they still had kind of a backlog. Like Netflix has had this plan for quite a while, so I think this month might be the last month, July, where they have a whole bunch of new content. I think next month they might be starting to lag. But for this next month, I decided to do one on Prime Video. So if you're a Prime member and you have access to this, whether you know it or not, like my parents, and you can watch this movie called 7500, and it's starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it's a movie about some terrorists and a plane and hijacking and all that stuff. So hopefully it's pretty good, but it's an Amazon original. So I figured, why not?
Nice. Mike, I got a question, and I don't know if you have it or not. Do you have Hulu?
I do not have Hulu. I have
a bitch.
Quite a bit of things, Matt, but I actually feel like I have too much stuff. I have Netflix, I have Prime Video, I have HBO. I feel like that's enough, but
dude, I got more than you.
Dude, I know you do. Speaking of that, Matt, did you get a price increase? Because I saw that YouTube TV just jacked everybody's rates because they got MTV and Comedy Central and all that, the Viacom channels. But they raised the price by $15, man.
Oh damn! Well, I don't have YouTube TV. I have AT&T TV now, which you used to have, which I still am trying to split with you. One of these days you'll give in. But it includes HBO Max for free, so, you know. But
maybe we'll see.
The two most watched, it also has HBO for free included now as well, because it's all like one thing now. HBO Max and HBO is like one thing now. But no, the two that I always tell people to get, if you like TV, get Hulu, and if you like movies, get Netflix. Netflix is doing more and more TV shows. But Hulu, I watch Hulu probably as much as I watch Netflix. I've been ramping up some of my TV watching on Netflix more. I'm pretty hooked on this show called Formula One. It's absolutely amazing. It's a docudrama about Formula One car racing in Europe. And it's interesting that, again, another thing Europeans just go bananas for and Americans don't give two craps about. It's fascinating because Formula One is clearly more difficult than things like NASCAR. Well, the driving aspect of it is. But anyways, there's a film coming out on Hulu sometime this month in July. I don't remember. I want to say it's like July 10th. Might be later. I really want to watch and review it. It's kind of a different take on the Groundhog Day thing again. It's called Palm Springs. It's starring Andy Samberg. And it's basically keeps reliving the same day over and over again in Palm Springs. And it looks hilarious. It looks really, really good. So you might have to sign up for a free trial so we can review that one.
Okay, well, I mean, I will do that, I guess.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
We need to review the new content. You know, looks like they keep delaying the movies and the poor movie theaters, the chains, Cinemark, AMC, Regal, all end up delaying as well because they were all going to open for Tenet and Mulan, and everything got pushed. So I think those movies now are opening at the end of this month. And so all those theaters move their opening towards the end of this month. It's just kind of a nightmare for them.
Palm Springs, I believe, don't quote me on it, but I believe Palm Springs was originally supposed to come out to theaters, and they started shopping it around because of the Rona, and Hulu bought it. And so that's why Hulu's dropping it, because it's done. It's ready to roll. So it'll, I think it'll be fun. I like Andy Samberg. He's pretty funny on Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Hot Rod and, SNL, things like that. He's a pretty good comedian. So.
Yeah, he's got some interesting humor. I know he did the Lonely Island stuff. My favorite song, "I'm on a Boat." But I have a shirt that I wear when I go on a boat. It says "I'm on a boat."
Now, is it a shirt that says "I'm on a boat" with a picture of a boat?
Absolutely.
Nice. That's even better.
It is, and I can only wear it when I'm on a boat, so it's like very limited time that I can wear it.
It's kind of the rules, right? It's kind of the rules, right? Because you're on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
So if you wear it and you're like in a movie theater, you're not on a boat. I mean, you're lying to everybody.
Yes. So that has never occurred. I've only worn it on a boat.
Well, all right, Mike. What else you got?
I think that's it.
Oh, you know what? I got something. I totally
what you
forgot.
got?
Damn it, I'm so tired. I keep forgetting stuff. I was going to discuss this with you, but we can bring it out on the podcast real fast. We have an opportunity to possibly have Real Film Nerds t-shirts. And the idea of the t-shirts right now is that they are going to be parodies of movie posters. And so we need to figure out what parodies we're going to do and how we are going to do them, or if we even want to do t-shirts, because if people don't want to buy t-shirts of the Real Film Nerds podcast, why waste the time? So let us know if you are interested in having a fun parody, goofy Real Film Nerds t-shirt. I mean, what comes to mind right off the bat is your favorite Jaws. I don't know how the hell we'll do a parody of Jaws, but we'll have to figure something out. I know that'll definitely be one.
Well, dude, we could just have a person swimming and then a reel attacking them, or a popcorn attacking them. Yeah. It's easy.
Popcorn Man. That's what our logo is officially named, Popcorn Man.
All right, Popcorn Man can go attacking him, or we could have Popcorn Man like a movie reel sending up its film to go get him. I don't know. A tentacle. Yeah,
we need to work on it. My good buddy, host of Retro Rogues Retrospective Retro Rogue Live podcast. I'm screwing up the name, something awful. But he is getting back into doing t-shirts out of his garage. He is a well-known comic book and graphic artist, and he is giving us the opportunity to do this. So if you like comic books and pop culture, you are listening to movies, he does movie reviews as well. Go check him out. But he's going to be doing them for us, and he's willing to do the artwork for us too, which is amazing. I don't know what he's going to charge us, if anything, but I think he's more excited to be able to do some more work that's fun than doing graphic design stuff. So one I was thinking for a parody, since we had a whole long series of Back to the Future, doing like a Back to the Future with the DeLorean and us standing next to it, and you as Marty McFly and me as like Doc Brown, and then saying Real Film Nerds over the top instead of Back to the Future. I think that'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Matt, I think being the Real Film Nerds, we'd have to have some sort of MCU parody.
Oh, hell yeah, we do. That's going to be a tough one. We could do it, though. We could do it, because we're going to fight over who we're going to do and what, parody we're going to have. But, oh, yeah. And Dave has drawn both for Marvel and DC and Image and basically all the big names. He's drawn professionally for them. So hopefully we don't get him in trouble, because he's real good at it.
All right. Well, we'll just have to come up with a good idea, man. I don't know. We'll have to talk about it some more.
Yes, definitely.
But, that sounds kind of fun.
I think I'm going to throw up a poll as well to see if we can get some interest too.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
All right, Mike. Well, I think that's enough for me. I've ranted enough. But Eurovision, go check it out. It's a fun movie.
All right. Man, I guess with that, I will tell everybody to check us out on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and, go watch as many movies as you can. We love movies. There's not a lot. I mean, it looks like everything is going to be shutting down again, which is terrible. So try and use some of that time to escape from the realities of the pandemic. It's awful. So, try and keep your sanity.
Stay at home and watch as many movies as you can.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Dang it.
Well, you're the one that ends the pod, so you can say it, Mike.
All right. Well, anyway, like Matt said, stay at home and watch as many movies as you can. And thank you, everyone, for listening. And fill out our poll on what kind of T-shirt parodies you think we should do. That'd be great.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.
Good morning, Magic 99.1. Who's this?
I just want to see how long you'd wait before, I could reply. I should have waited longer.
I knew it was you anyway. Good morning, Matt Hinshaw from the Real Film Nerds podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Miss Lisa?
You know what? Pretty good for a Monday morning. Kind of dragging just a little bit today. How about you?
I'm always dragging, but, that's just me.
That is just you. Yes. Tell me, what'd you see and what'd you think?
Well, you know what I saw? We talked about it. The real question is,
right.
Did you get to see
it? I totally forgot. No, I didn't see it. I've let you down once again, Matt. I'm sorry.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'm here to encourage you to go and watch it now.
Okay, tell everybody what it was, because I've forgotten.
It is Will Ferrell's latest straight-to-Netflix film. It just came out on Friday, June 26th. All right, it's a long title.
Okay.
It is Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga.
And what did you think? Did you like it? Because it got really bad reviews.
It's not Will Ferrell's best movie.
Right.
It is not his worst movie. It is kind of in the middle. It's probably one of the better ones he's had in years.
Okay. Well, on Friday, we did a little promo on Unsolved Mysteries. What happened to Will Ferrell's career?
That's a really good question.
Right. It was pretty funny.
He started sliding after, God, I can't even think of the one where he really started sliding hard. But the Sherlock Holmes, the Holmes and Watson one he did, I mean, That was so bad I didn't even see it. That's how bad that movie was. And I love Will Ferrell.
Well, and he used to just be, dead on. You would never miss a Will Ferrell movie because he was always so good at picking the scripts and always so funny in the movies.
Right, yeah, and a lot of it he wrote with his partner, Adam McKay. And Adam McKay, I think, was involved in this one a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And the director of Eurovision is the director of Wedding Crashers.
Okay.
He's a great director. I mean, Eurovision, it's a tough one. I was not familiar with Eurovision before watching the film. I had heard about it, but I wasn't super familiar with it. Now, if you're European or you've been in Europe and you know about it or you're just big into singing contests, you might get a lot more out of this film than I did. It's funny. There's a lot of singing in it. It's slapsticky. It's definitely raises your spirits at a time right now. But again, it's not my favorite Will Ferrell movie, but it's not the worst. It's kind of in the middle for a Will Ferrell movie.
And I think what you said is a really great point. I mean, it's just a movie that'll lift your spirits right now, and that's a good way to describe it.
Definitely, it's funny. It has really good moments. It has some rough moments. It does kind of have a shout out to Arizona though.
Yeah,
and I'm going to call them out on it. I mean, I'll call it out here, but I'm definitely going to call them out on it on the podcast. The Americans that they make fun of is 4 college kids from America, and when you run into them and Will Ferrell's making fun of them and, yelling at him for being American and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Two of them, the boys are wearing Arizona State T-shirts / sweaters, and their girlfriends are wearing U of A T-shirts / sweaters, and that would never happen.
Never, ever happen. Nope, you're exactly
right. You would never
right.
have a Sun Devil openly, willingly date a Wildcat during school. Now,
but
out of school, before school,
right.
sure, but not during college.
No, and I have to tell you that my husband and I, 2 Sun Devils, did give birth to a Wildcat, though, so that can happen, just so you know.
Oh,
I know.
And you have not forced her to change her last name yet?
Well, we're working on it.
You're working on it. All right.
No. I have to ask you, Matt, what is your favorite Will Ferrell movie? Because there are so many good ones.
Oh, gosh. It's hard to pick a favorite because I love them so much. It's a toss-up between Old School and probably Talladega Nights.
Oh,
those two are just hilarious.
But there's Step Brothers, there's Blades of Glory, Daddy's Home. I mean, Elf. There are so many. Anchorman. There are so many great Will Ferrell movies. And
Anchorman. Yeah, the original Anchorman is incredible. Yeah. And Elf is definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
For sure. So we'll give Will a pass on this one. How many reels are you going to give?
Yeah. Like I said, it's not awful. It's not real bad. It's just okay. So I gave it a 2.5 reels.
2.5 reels out of 5. All right, that's fair enough. All right, what are we going to review next week?
That's a good question. It's my co-host turn to pick, but I'm thinking there's a new Charlize Theron movie coming out on Netflix called The Old Guard. That sounds interesting.
Okay.
And it's a covert team of immortal mercenaries are suddenly exposed and must now fight to keep their identity a secret, just as an unexpected new member is discovered.
How bad could that be, right?
Yeah, it looks like an interesting action movie. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know my co-host has been wanting to do some older stuff too, like he's a huge fan of The Matrix, so we might do something like that. I don't know. It's his turn. I picked Eurovision. All
right. Very good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing what you guys decide to watch next Monday, Matt. Thank you for chatting with me this morning on what station?
On Magic 99.1.
Thank you.